Welcome to the December forecast. There are some major planetary events. Energy portals open up. There's so much happening this month that you just need to know what's going on. And it's going to be really, really exciting. So I'm going to talk to you all about what December is about. We will be focusing on abundance, upliftment, expansion, which is the theme for December. And there are just so many spiritual teachers at the moment, astrologers, angel intuitives, all talking about this month and the energy that's coming up. And there's some major shifts happening, which I am going to talk you through to explain what to expect. Now, of course, everybody feels the energy in their own way, but because there is so much happening, I am going to talk about the dates, the portals, and all the things that are coming up that you may want to be aware of. And I'll also be doing some readings with some cards that I have drawn for this month, and I'll be explaining what they mean. So, first of all, I wanted to talk about Archangel Zadkiel because December, the theme around it is around abundance. And recently we have been working with Archangel or Angel Zadkiel in the Fiercely Spiritual Family, my members group. And Archangel Zadkiel is also known as the Angel of Abundance. So he's a perfect angel to work with right now. And we recently were connecting with Zadkiel and a number of other angels during a meditation and an activation that I hosted inside the group. And it was so beautiful, so powerful. I know one of the members said that it brought her to tears, and another member said that it was the most powerful, the most beautiful, and the most meaningful meditation that she had done, and she will be doing it again and again, and so many more. It just fills my heart with so much gratitude to know that this work, this connecting with the angels and just being there to allow them into your life makes such a difference. So this month is all about connecting with the angels. In particular, we'll be working with Archangel, or Angel, I keep saying Archangel, Angel Zadkiel. So this month is all about change. It's about embracing your wholeness. It's about releasing everything that is not of the light. And this isn't a time to get stuck in repeating old patterns, old ways of being, old behaviors that you've played out again and again, probably for eons. Now is the opportunity to release all of that, to move on. And when I say to move on, I mean to really move on. It's not just a release on a superficial level. You're not just releasing one layer of it. You're fully releasing, and it's going to be so exciting to think that the opportunity to fully release everything that's holding you back is here this month, and to step forward, to step into your power, into the light. It's amazing. So the only caveat I will add is, for me, when I do this work, I know that when old patterns come up, when fears come up, they come to the surface for release, I feel the fear, or I feel the worry coming up, or I experience it. And I know some spiritual teachers who relish this and they think, yay, it's an opportunity to release more stuff. And they love when stuff comes up for release. Me, not so much. I am like that little child who has a tantrum and I'm kicking and screaming. I'm like, no, why me? Even though I know what's going on, even though I know that it's a layer releasing or there's something releasing, I still tend to initially get kind of drawn into it. And then I'll kind of realize, okay, this is just stuff releasing, and I'll let it go. But I'm getting better. I do practice what I preach. I am getting better. The trick is to be able to observe what's coming up rather than getting drawn into it. And I'm going to teach you a little trick that I use to help me to remember not to get drawn into it. We can do it right now. In fact, it's very simple. So what I want you to do is to think of something, let's say something sad that you've experienced. So think of something sad that you've experienced. Bring it to mind. It could be something recent, could be something from your childhood. It doesn't matter. Just bring up something that maybe caused sadness, and just allow yourself to feel that sadness for a moment. Don't worry, we're not going to stay here for too long. So allow yourself to feel that sadness and just connect with it. And I want you next to become the observer of that experience. So, what you're going to do is step outside yourself and you're going to see yourself experiencing sadness, but now you're going to see it as a third party observer. So, you're unaffected by sadness, you're able to look at it without judgment, without pain, just detached awareness. So do you see the difference that that makes? Just stepping outside of it, viewing it from a third party perspective, and just viewing the sadness without any pain or judgment, without getting drawn into it. So that's exactly what you do when worries come up, when fears come up, when you're in it, just being aware, okay, I'm being drawn into this, and then take a moment just to step outside to observe what's happening and just to be the observer. And this is what in meditation traditions they talk about, observing your mind or observing your thoughts. But for me, the visual of stepping outside myself and then looking back at myself really helps. I'm a really visual person, so hopefully that helps you as well. So if you find that beneficial, please use that when you're finding yourself getting sucked into fears or worries. And if you're noticing stuff coming up over the month, then definitely do use that technique because I find it's really helpful. Okay, so there are a number of dates that are really important this month. I'll tell you the dates and then I'll go through each one. So the 3rd of December, the 12th, the 21st, and the 26th. So basically each week during this month, we're going to have an energy portal opening up and there's going to be loads of light flooding in, but there's something significant happening each week. So there's a lot going on. So the 3rd of December is the 333 portal and everything's going to shift into a new gear. So this is going to open up and the light is going to start flooding in, even more light. And then this will ride this wave of light until the 12th, which is the 12/12 portal and also the full moons. We have both of these events happening at the same time. And it is a wonderful opportunity to align your energy, to raise your vibration, and to let go even more because the full moon is all about release. So remember what I said about that opportunity to release, but not just to release on a superficial level, to fully release stuff that's been holding you back. This 12/12 portal is going to, and the full moon is going to be the time to do that. Of course, you can work around these dates as well, but these are the key dates. Then we are leading into the 21st of the 12th, which is the solstice. And the solstice will see even more light flooding in. It is a beautiful time for introspection, for aligning with your soul, for just journaling, planning, going within, and of course there's going to be lots of energy alignment happening then as well. And then we'll be leading up to the 26th of the 12th, which is the new moon. So the new moon will be happening at the same time as the solar eclipse. So again, 2 major events. And we will be going into a time of rebirth. And the new moon is all about rebirth. It's about setting intentions. It's about what's to come. So this is a perfect time to lead us into the new year and this great awakening, which I spoke about. I'll leave a link below. If you haven't watched the video on that, do go and check that out because it's a cosmic event that's happening in January and you're going to want to know about that as well. So if you haven't watched that video, go and take a look at the link below. Okay, so know that whatever you experience this month, if you are experiencing fears or heaviness coming up to the surface for release, know that it's for your highest good. Know that it's clearing out, which is good. Even if there is a little bit of pain in the background, or even if you're holding on to it a little bit, know that there is a divine plan in place. And even if you can't see the full picture right now, know that it's all happening for a reason. And the more you can allow it, the more you can allow it to flow through you, the easier it'll be. The more you resist, the harder it's going to be. So getting into that third party observer place is going to be really beneficial. That is, if you are experiencing a lot of stuff. Some of you may sail through this. You might find that you're riding high on the waves of light, which is brilliant. Whatever is, occurring for you is the right thing for you. So if you are finding it really difficult though, do seek help in whatever way you need to. If you need to get energy work, if you want to work with a healer, if you need to spend time in nature, if you need to rest more, drink more water, whatever you need to do for you, just be aware of what you need. The angels are telling us that it doesn't have to be difficult. It can be easy if we choose that. So every day I intend that it'll be easy and that I will be able to integrate the light with ease and joy. So hopefully you'll intend that as well. So remember to call on your angels. Remember to work with them because they are there for you. They are assisting you. They want you to know that they're there for you to help you. And if you don't invite them to help you, then they won't interfere. So you have to invite them to help you. So I've pulled three angel cards to represent the beginning, the middle, and the end of the month. And they are from the Healing with the Angels pack from Doreen Virtue. So the first card which I drew for the start of the month is focus. So what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on what you want, what's wanted in your life, or are you focusing on what is not wanted? Because we're going to have to be super clear on our intentions, on our thoughts, and be really mindful now more than ever on what you are allowing to rest in your mind. When I say rest in your mind, I mean, what are the predominant thoughts you are thinking? Are you thinking about things that are wanted, or are you thinking about things that are unwanted? And it really is that simple. If you are focusing on what is wanted, brilliant, stay with that. If you are focusing on what is unwanted, drop it. No matter how difficult it may seem, drop it and focus on what is wanted. I had a previous episode where I talked about the positive opposite, which is a really handy technique you can use to focus on the wanted rather than the unwanted. I'll drop a link to that below as well for you. So focus, focus, focus. Be clear on your intentions. Focus on what you want. And if there's something you don't want, do not give it your attention. And you might say to me, well, Sandra, I have all these, things that I have to focus on that are problems that I need to solve. You don't need to solve them. Hand them over. Allow the divine to deal with it and focus on the positive outcome that you do want rather than trying to fix the problem. Because when you focus on the problem, you only get more of the problem. You will not fix the problem by focusing on the problem. You fix it by focusing on the positive outcome that you want. Believe me, that's how it works. Okay, so the middle of the month. So the start of the month is all about focus. The middle of the month is listening. Okay, so you're focusing on what you want, but what is it that your guides are telling you? What is your soul telling you? What are the angels telling you? Take time to listen, to tune in, to be the presence, that still presence that allows the voice of your guides and your angels to come through. And in particular, the 21st, which is the solstice, is the perfect time for listening, for going within, for introspection, and allowing your guides to lead you, allowing the angels to guide you, and maybe letting go of what it is you think you want and opening up to something greater that the angels maybe want to guide you towards. So, of course, always focus, as I said at the start of the month, on what you want, but be open to something greater. Be open to that guidance from the angels as well. Be flexible, and you work in harmony with your angels, and they will guide you. And then towards the end of the month, this card threw me a little bit. It says new love. And I was thinking, that is a funny card for the month of December. But actually, when I was writing the angel guidance for this week's angel guidance is all about loving yourself. And when I saw it saying new love, it it just clicked that the new love isn't for somebody else. It isn't for a romantic partner or relationship. The new love is the new love that you will have for yourself. Towards the end of the month, if you're focusing on what's wanted in your life, if you are listening to your guidance, if you are allowing yourself to be in that space of meditation and focusing, and you will find you have a renewed love for yourself. So for me, that's what that card means. Now, maybe for some of you, it is about more romantic love. Maybe it is about a new partner coming into your life. But I find that the new love for ourselves is really what's coming through really strong. And not only finding that renewed love for ourselves, but allowing ourselves to love ourselves. And I'll also put a link for the angel guidance below, so you have that as well for this week. So there is a lot coming up. I will go through the 3 cards again, and I'll just review them. So we have at the start of the month, we have focus. The middle of the month, we have listening. And then towards the end of the month, new love. So focusing on what's wanted, listening to your guides, listening to that inner voice, and then just loving yourself, allowing yourself to love yourself, and letting in all of that beautiful light that is pouring in through these portals that are opening up for us, and allowing yourself to step up and step into the light in new and wonderful ways. I hope you have enjoyed this forecast, and as always, leave your feedback below. I love hearing from you. And if you would like to get more of these readings and forecasts, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm at Sandra Ray Angelic Bodies. I'm also on Facebook as Sandra Ray or EA, and you can follow me over there as well. So I look forward to chatting with you there. Thank you once again for being here, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.